Hi there. Well, I don't really know where to start, so I'm just going to start. And first off, if you hear some crazy sounds in the background, I have children and they're loud, so excuse that, please. So yeah, I don't know where to start. So I'm probably going to have to backtrack, but I'm just gonna start. So it was March the 15th, and that was a Saturday. My husband worked, his work schedule was Sunday through Thursday. So the next day was his Monday, even though it was Sunday. I had went and got us something to eat, and we watched TV. We watched our TV show while we ate Subway, and I went and put his work clothes in the washing machine, and then it was getting kind of late. So as usual, he came and tucked me in, kissed me goodnight, and told me he'd be to bed in a little bit because he works second shift. I may have to stop every now and then. So, like I had most, almost every night for the last almost 14 years, I just went off to sleep. And what I do know is that my husband put his clothes in the dryer, wrote me a note asking me to please make sure they were dry and I didn't need to turn the dryer back on, which I always did, but he always left me a note. We always left each other notes. Then, next thing I know, I wake up. It's morning time, and I did not feel him next to me. It is March the 16th. He was always next to me, and he slept pretty much on top of me, even though we had a king size bed. But he slept on my side with me about to fall off. And I don't know how I knew, but I knew. I knew he wasn't in the bathroom. I knew he didn't get up before me. I knew something was terribly wrong. So I got up. I checked the bathroom, checked all the other rooms, found a note asking me to make sure his clothes were dry. I found where he had set his stuff out, his boots and stuff. Saw his keys. I saw his everything was set out. His work phone was charging. I went outside and his work van was there. The car was there. Called his mother next door and he wasn't there. I went outside a couple times, checked the sheds, even checked his work van. Then his mother called back, asked if I had found him. And she's like, well, check the camper. We had been cleaning the camper out. And so, yeah, maybe he fell asleep in there, cleaning it out. So I go back outside. I walk up to the camper. I open the door. And I felt so much relief because there he was. And I hollered his name. And I hollered his name again. And I could feel my heart sinking further and further into my stomach as I got closer. I'm still hollering his name. And I put my hand on his back, and it was obvious. And I flipped him over. Yeah, he was gone. And apparently, I started screaming like a, a scream that my neighbors had never heard anything like it. I don't remember this. But his mom came running outside, and then she knew just from looking at me. So, yeah, March the 16th, I woke up to my biggest fear being my reality. When I found my 32-year-old husband of almost 14 years was gone. So, yeah, he had gone out to the camper to clean it out and or to work on it. And this was March, so we had it like sealed up for the winter. And I don't know if he had cut the heat on or cut something on, because everything in the camper runs off of propane. Um, the camper had filled up with the propane, and the coroner said he just went to sleep. And when I found him, he was laying across the bed. He looked like he had just fallen asleep. So, yeah, that's what happened. And there's way more than that, but I've gotten a lot of questions about what happened. And I guess that's the gist of it. If you have any questions, just ask. And I will keep making videos as I can. And guess happy Valentine's Day. I didn't have a Valentine this year for the first time in 15 years. And for the first time in 14 years, my husband didn't make me some kind of food in the shape of a heart. That was his thing. So, yep, I know I could have done that a whole lot better, and I'm sure that I skipped a lot of things. But thanks for listening.